I'm a person who takes advantage of opportunity. I'm a person who takes advantage of opportunity, and if there's something that is intended to be done and somehow somehow it's not being done, I think that the job is to simply stop and do it, right? Don't live in a moment of regret, right? To say, oh, I really should have done that, right? And so most of my career has come from that. Most of my career has come from seeing an opportunity, potentially it being inappropriate for me to seize it, and I seize it anyway. Such as following Mikhail Grishnikov into a urinal, into a stall, to ask him if he thought I could be a dancer. For I was so affixed in the fact that I was standing next to Misha, I failed to realize he was standing in a stall. But he said I could, so. So the notion is that we and our partners in Manhattan had created a new series of awards called the Other New York Dance Awards, right? The objective was to be able to shine a statewide and national light, on folks that are making contributions in this part of New York with dance, things affiliated and connected to dance, which really means, as we talked about on stage, communicating. If you're being an effective communicator, you're being able to find the rhythm of life and share that with somebody else so they can too find the possibility, you are dancing, right? We're really fortunate to have with us, I believe, one of the state's most caring and giving contributors from the State Assembly, Mr. Gary Finch. How fitting that he would take time out of his schedule, right, to do what he always does, to show normal folks that they're important, right? So what I'd like to do is, there is a woman who actually has done some wonderful things in New York, always is trying to reach out to other parts of the country, and she tries to do it from this place called Syracuse, New York, right? Where she creates really fantastic opportunity. It's one thing necessarily to consider yourself a dancer and to do all of this, but she's a dancer who at one point decided that she would take the other part of her talent, which is real intellect and power to drive ideas, and start to really give the community of Syracuse not one, not two, not three, but 4 or 5 different outlets, so that not just kids, because y'all always say, oh, we have to take care of the kids. I think she believes that you have to take care of everyone, because you just can't take care of the kids, because they go back home to their parents, and if you didn't save them too, the kids are still lost, right? So she's done this at so many different levels. It's pretty astonishing. Pretty astonishing. Her name is Carol Charles. Right. When we established this award, it was really funny because we have both a named, but more importantly, a anonymous, panel, so that no one can lobby them. No one can yell at them when they don't get selected. So that they only look at people that truly have done something. You have to show up. You really have to show up. And I'm really happy that she was really at the top of that list, right? And so this summer at the New York Dance Festival, thank you, she was one of the recipients, and literally the day that we had selected, we ended up having to change. She was so happy, and gracious to be getting the award, and then it fell on a day that she already had plans to go save someone, right? So we thought it would be fitting that in this first concert in 13 years, right, this first full concert, that we would share this evening with her. And I didn't realize she had come, right? And there it is. I didn't know she was in the house, right? So I could have said, oh, sorry, and mailed it to her, but you must seize the moment when you realize it's there. So we still love you, and we still appreciate you, and we still are going to present this together, you and I. Ready?
No.
Okay, ready? Wait, right?
Thank you, guys.
So
Congratulations.
Every woman in this room, read my lips. Every woman, every girl, realize it is your job to be heard. It is your job to be seen. For the rest of your life, girls, women, men are going to try to make you be quiet. And it is your job to surpass them, partner with them certainly, but not be shut down or quiet for anyone. Because one of the biggest things that I realized, which is amazing, is probably nearly 19 years ago, part of the Community of Color Honors that we do, I awarded her husband and only found out last week that it was your husband. So she has shown up in her own light. In her own light. I never realized that which was your husband. It is ridiculous, right? So she was in her own light, on her own flight, getting it done. Okay, come on.
I'm totally humbled by this. But I will share that I've always loved the art of dance. I started dancing from the time I was 5 years old because I was dancing from the time I was 2 years old on tables. And my mother thought I should do something constructive. So she put me in dance class. And there was a period in my life where my parents couldn't afford to send me to lessons. So I was without that passion in my life. And as circumstances had it and I came to Central New York, I remembered that feeling, and I always wanted to share the passion that I had for the art form. When I got to go back, I got to go to Dance Theater Harlem, I got to go to Ailey. I've studied with tremendous people, and I just wanted to give that back to others. And it's now turned into a school in Syracuse, and it's just a real joy. And I'm just thankful that, it doesn't matter that it's seen, but I know that God placed it in my heart to put what He seeded in me into others. So I'm just grateful to have, to be here tonight, just to see the joy and what you've done today. It's wonderful, and so thank you for this honor.